Welcome to the second half of our show. Good afternoon to you all out there watching on YouTube. I'm Barry Peer. I'd like to talk about now on the show about four-wheel drives and safety with four-wheel drives. Now everybody loves to go for a ride in a four-wheel drive and go camping on beaches and in the bush, but there are a few things that you need to consider before you take a four-wheel drive out anywhere, whether it's on the beach or in the bush. And to open the second half of our show about four-wheel drives now, good afternoon to my outsider.
Hi Barry, how's it going?
Good. Now, it is very important that you have good tires and suspension on a four-wheel drive. And make sure that your equipment is working and that you have a winch, because it's no good not having the essential equipment if you get bogged, and also having good radio contact with the vehicles. Here's my upside, and now to open the second half of the show with what I've just said to you viewers out there that own a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, having radio contact with other vehicles that are traveling with you is really important, so you can warn each other about things that might be ahead or things that they observe.
It's also very important to consider the weather conditions as well before you plan a camping trip. A little while ago, we brought you a four-wheel drive camping video, and if you are taking your four-wheel drive into the bush or onto the sand, consider whether the sand is hard or soft, and make sure that you've got good tire pressure as well. Here's my outsider for this now.
Yeah, depending on the terrain you're traveling on, you want to be careful to make sure you're prepared, whether the car's going to travel quicker or slower, or you possibility of getting stuck.
And as I've just said in the opening sequence, it's very important that you consider the weather conditions. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, you never know. You want to be prepared for all the types of weather, even if you might not be expecting it. Weather can really impact the terrain that you're driving on and can really impact the way your car moves and just your safety in general.
And make sure that you've got enough food and drink to last you the whole trip, because you need to stock up well, because the shopping center or corner store could be miles away. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, making sure you pack not just enough food, but the right types of food. So you want foods that aren't going to perish, things that are canned, or things, like packets of chips and stuff like that. They preserve well, so you wouldn't want to be bringing too much fresh produce.
Okay, and also make sure that you've got good swags to set up when you are setting up a camp for the night, and choose a good camping spot as well. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, you want to choose a regulated camping site, so you know that it's going to be a safe spot and it's been assessed as a safe spot from things like animals and nature and other wildlife.
And also consider whether you should be lighting fires in any certain area, because you may be forbidden to light bushfires anywhere if you're going to be camping. So even before you go camping, watch the television reports for bushfires or floods. Here's my offside.
Yeah, before you light any sort of open flame, you want to make sure that it's not banned in the area, because a lot of the time councils ban open flames in certain areas because they have high risk of bushfire.
And also consider your health before you go away on a camping trip, because you don't want to be planning a camping trip and then not having enough medicine or bandages or creams to put on you if you get sick or injured. Here's my offsider for this now.
Yeah, it's always best to carry a full first aid kit so that you're ready for anything that happens. And if you have any health conditions, of course, make sure to take enough of your medication away with you that's going to last you for your trip, so you're not going to run out.
And also, make sure that you have good mobile phone coverage in the area, because some areas you may go, you may not be able to pick up reception. Here's my offside.
Yeah, you want to try and get good reception, but if you know you're going into an area where you can't get reception, let someone know where you're going before you get there, so that if they don't hear from you from a certain amount of time, they're going to come and check for you.
And also, it is dangerous to drive your four-wheel drive into an area that you may not be familiar with, because if you get stuck somewhere and the other vehicles are miles away from you, then you're in trouble. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, I don't have much more to say on that one, Barry. I think you nailed that one on the head.
So always, before we end this camping trip part of the show, always make sure that your car is in good condition before you take it. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, you want to make sure your car is ready for whatever adventure you're gonna take it on. So make sure it's serviced, make sure you've got spare tires, the spare essentials that you'll need.
And a jumper lead in case your car won't start. Make sure that you have a good battery, and also a map and to help you find your way around, and discuss which route you're gonna take with the other vehicles. And before you leave home, have a meeting before you trip, okay? Because you need to make sure that you are well prepared for your trip. And here's my offsider about this.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the people you're traveling with, you're all on the same page and you all understand the same plan.
And like we said at the beginning of the show, compromise, and if there's any problems, sort it out before it gets out of hand, because you want your trip to start well and end well, and decide where you're gonna start your trip and finish up your trip. And here's my offside and now for this.
Yeah, communicating with the people that you're going to be traveling with is important, and I agree with everything else you said.
So now it's time to head back in the studio and to bring you our closing sequence of the show before we say goodbye to you.